Two questions I get asked pretty routinely as a realtor are, how good are the schools, and is this a safe neighborhood? Today, we're going to take a look at an article that talks about crime and how they're starting to remove some of this crime data from different websites like Redfin, Realtor.com. I don't know about Zillow, but that wasn't mentioned in this article, but I believe they're headed down that same path. And how it affects the consumer. Again, because this is a question that I get pretty routinely. Now, as a realtor, I can't talk about these things, so I have to send you to third-party resources in order for you to do your own investigation. And there's very good reasons for that, so I totally understand that. So anyways, we'll get into the article. It'll clear that up a little bit and help you understand exactly why we realtors can't talk about both crime. Well, I guess in this article, it's going to be talking specifically about crime, but the same thing goes for school systems as well. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Brian. I'm a realtor, here in the Boston market with Lamacchia Realty. And on this channel, we cover all things real estate. If you do enjoy content like this, I do just ask that you just smash that like button and also subscribe to be notified of additional videos. With that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, so again, this is an article from Realtor.com, I think it came from. I think it was a combination of this and the Washington, let me see here, the Washington Examiner, yes. Okay, and it says, Realtor.com, Redfin remove crime data on listings. Realtor.com and Redfin are taking a stand against crime data being listed on their website. The real estate companies have removed the data due to growing concerns that it could perpetuate racial inequity. Realtor.com announced that it has removed its crime map from all search results to, quote, level the playing field. It is reassessing what safety means to buyers and renters and what information they decide to share about it going forward on Realtor.com. Redfin also came out against crime data being included on real estate websites and said it felt, after surveying consumers and evaluating research, that crime data does not accurately answer the question about how safe an area around a home is. Also, given the long history of redlining and racist housing covenants in the United States, there's too great a risk of this inaccuracy reinforcing racial bias, says Christian Taubman, Redfin's chief growth officer. So yeah, redlining is a real thing. If you look at some of the documents from way back when, and you could see that banks would literally not originate a mortgage in certain neighborhoods. So that persists today. And not in a formal sense, but when you look at the mortgages that have been written in certain neighborhoods, it falls far short of comparable neighborhoods in the area. So I think this is probably a good move by Redfin and both Realtor.com in the long term. In the short term, I'm not sure how it's going to play out, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's keep reading. Taubman also notes that the crime data is mostly culled from the Uniform Crime Report from the FBI that reflects reported crimes. It excludes information about unreported crimes or those that go unsolved. The fact that most crimes are missing creates a real possibility that the crimes that show up in the data set skew one way or another, Taubman says. And the fact that most reported crimes go unsolved means that some of the crimes being reported in fact may not be crimes. I don't know about that. Realtor.com says it plans to examine closely what neighborhood safety measures means for buyers and renters who use its site to reimagine how we integrate safety data on Realtor.com. Our goal is to ensure we are providing consumers with the most valuable, fair, and accurate neighborhood data so they can make informed decisions about where they want to rent or purchase their next home. David Doctorow, CEO of Realtor.com, said in a company update this week. So again, this is something that I can't discuss as a realtor, and you could see it here. I mean, there's some very good reasons for that. To pretend that I don't have my own bias is ludicrous. Of course I do. As a human being, as a person who lives somewhere, I'm going to have some preconceived notions as to what I consider safe, and that may not align with what my clients view as quote unquote safe. So I think it's a real slippery slope, and quite frankly, I'm glad that I actually don't have to discuss this with clients. I don't want to say it necessarily gives me an out, but it is a really tricky subject. It's like talking politics. It's just not a good idea to mix the two. So personally, I think this is a great move by both Realtor.com and Redfin. I think if someone is really gung-ho on getting the crime statistics for a specific neighborhood, they themselves are going to be able to research that information. And there are plenty of resources available. In fact, I'll leave some in the description down below. I'll leave some resources to crime statistics and some crime data. So if you did want to do some research on a specific neighborhood, you would certainly have the ability to do that. So what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is this something that should be should we be a little bit more transparent? Should it be more widely accessible? Or is it okay that we're taking some steps to prevent this information from being front and center, especially on some of these bigger websites like Realtor.com and Redfin? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Again, if you did enjoy content like this, make sure that you smash that like button and also click the subscribe button to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.